So, hey, this is Agent Alpha coming to you from my favorite game, ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, and I had a few requests to get something recorded for our players. And so it became a really long video, so I'm going to dive straight into it. This is part 1 of 3. Please follow along. If you have any questions, leave comments, and we'll get straight to it. Thanks. Crafting, and why it's such a big deal in the game and how so many people get it wrong. Crafting covers a huge area of the game, with the game having its own merchant system and trading system and resource gathering. So the very first thing you want to know about crafting are the crafting boards. They're located in every major city has a crafting board. As you can see, there are jobs that are posted on there. You just pick a job and start crafting. Now the crafting board itself, the crafting writs as they're called, that's just one component of crafting. That is the lowest level of crafting. It's basically you're just grabbing a writ from a board and doing the job. And as you can see, once you grab the writs, you'll see them pop up with what the actual job is, the description, and you'll be off to get your work done. Some people craft every day. They do a job, and the benefit is that you're going to end up getting a little bit of cash and resources every time you do a crafting writ. So as you can see, you walk down to where these tables are located. Every major city has its own center for the mercantile side of the game, and you'll just go and meet the requirement of the actual job. In this particular case, I'm here to make a glyph, magical enchantment. I search through my components, and you'll gather these materials throughout the world, and this right here is really the general basics of crafting. Get a job, meet the requirement, create the process, and just like that, you'll see the job is complete. So once the job is complete, what's the next step? Well, as you can see, you could decide how many different jobs you'll pick up in a day. You have one for every crafting table. And once you've actually sorted through all the different jobs that you want to do, you move on to the next area, which is turning in the jobs and the benefits of turning in those jobs. Oh, before I talk about turning in the jobs, let me talk to you about refining. As you gather material around the world, you'll have to refine those materials so that you can use them in your crafting. And that's what this process is. You go to a crafting table, click on refinement, select the items, convert them all, and you'll see that you'll get a list of materials that you cover. Now the greatest thing about all the crafting in the game is as you refine materials, you'll end up with more materials than you'll ever need. So that's the greatest thing about this working economy, is that you'll produce more than you can use, and then you can sell off the excess for cash to other players, or you can try to use it all if you want to yourself, but you'll be crafting all day long trying to do it that way. And as you can see, once you finish turning in the different once you finish completing all your crafting, you then go down to the actual merchant area itself, where you turn in the writs. And what I do is I usually pop an experience scroll prior to turning in. That way I can maximize the amount of experience I get out of each of those jobs. Once you finish the actual job itself, you'll end up getting a coffer. Coffer has supplies and so on. So some of the things that you get are treasure maps. Once you complete the crafting, some jobs will give you a treasure map, and it takes it on to the next part, the resource gathering side of crafting. Now all that is a lot. I know there's a lot to take in. That's just crafting basics. Gather material, refine them, build what's been required, grab a job off the board, meet those jobs, turn them in, wash, rinse, repeat. Do that every day. You'll earn resources, you'll earn gold. Sometimes you'll get these treasure maps that lead you to other materials, and then you just go out to adventure and discover where those materials are at. So these are like miniature adventures for crafters. You go out into these locations. They're usually in mild threat locations, and you do this day after day. Just basically. Well, that concludes the first part of the three-part series when it comes to crafting. I'll pick up from this point in video number 2, and we can discuss the actual loot that you find in treasure maps and so on. This is a little quick preview of what's to come, but please tune into the next part of this three-part series, and we'll take it from there. Until then, this is Agent Alpha signing off, and I hope to see you in the rest of the video. Peace.